Good afternoon. My name's Hannah Birchall. I'm the Director of Marketing Communications and External Relations here at the University, and I would like to warmly welcome all of you to this University of Salford graduation ceremony. Just before we get started, can we say a big thank you to our band, Honeybee Jazz? From the video that you've just watched, you will see that your relationship with the university is only just beginning. You are now a member of a global alumni community of some 200,000 graduates. Salford graduates go on to achieve amazing things, making a difference in all walks of life, from politics, industry, the arts, scientific discovery, to serving our communities through the health service, in schools and in public service. We would love for you to keep in touch with us so that we can share your life's journey and achievements. But we also want to make sure that you're kept up to date on the latest benefits and services available to you as a member of our alumni network. As you cross the stage today, we'll be recording you. Camera is just up there. And you will receive an email from us in the next couple of days inviting you to download the clip of yourself. It's just a little gift to say thank you for agreeing to let us stay in touch with you. Now, before the ceremony starts, I want to give you some pointers for crossing this stage. Graduations are a time to celebrate not only your individual achievements, but also those of your peers. So please whoop and cheer all that you like. So when it's your time, my colleagues in the red theatre gowns will guide you to line up. You don't need your hats or anything else. You can leave everything on your seat. You'll be guided back to your same seat that you're in right now by our guides for you. As your name is called from over here, you'll come across this red carpet, take a breath, take your time up and down those stairs. You'll give a nod to our presiding officer, that's the person stood in front of the big chair. You'll collect your scroll here and then slowly, steady, back down those stairs to your seat. So guests, can I ask that you remain seated throughout the ceremony as a courtesy to our other guests? We don't want anyone's view of their graduate to be obscured. And at the end of the ceremony, graduates will leave first, so please do wait until they've left the auditorium before making your own way out. And can I ask that all graduates and guests stay until the very end of the ceremony? We need the last cheer today to be as loud as the first. You will find your graduate afterwards, please don't worry. Now, finally, may I ask that you ensure that your mobile phones are switched to silent for the duration of the proceedings. The ceremony will now begin. For those of you who are able, please stand for the academic procession.
Open to present awards of the University of Salford. Please take your seats.
Graduands and distinguished guests, I am honoured to introduce our presiding officer for this ceremony, our Chancellor, Lucy Meacock.
Thanks very much. Some of you don't sound very awake. Anyone watching the football last night? I thought a few of you looked a little bit tired when I was walking in. And the great thing to think of is that there'll be a number of former students from Salford who have been working for the BBC and ITV on the football coverage over the last few weeks. Just another bit of inspiration for you going forward. And also, of course, we'll all be glued to it, no doubt, at the weekend. Anyway, distinguished guests and graduates, as Chancellor of the University of Salford, it is an absolute privilege to be here for your graduation ceremony to celebrate your achievements. We are, of course, here to congratulate you all as our next generation of graduates, to wish you well, and, of course, to tell you how very proud we are of you as you embark on the next chapter in your lives. I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to your families. I've met some of you outside already. Welcome. Your friends and your supporters. Also, family and friends who are joining us online today. You are all very welcome, whether you've come from just down the road or whether you've travelled, in some cases, I know, very long distances to be with us today. Welcome. So, I've heard lots of things about the class of 2024, all the wonderful talents that you've brought to the university and all that you've achieved with us. And I know that the passion, the drive, the creativity, and maybe most of all, the determination that you've shown on this journey to date are all qualities that are going to serve you really well in the future. I hope that during your time at the university you've met inspiring people, that you've had experiences that have helped to shape your views on the world, maybe broadened your outlook a bit, and that you've learned something about yourself and about others. Thank you. We have got some wonderful children with us today, and in the last ceremony, they were absolutely as good as gold, but please don't worry if there are a few outcries at various points, because we do like to think of this as a bit of a family. And I know some of you have done your degrees while you've been raising children and juggling your lives to make time to work as well. And we do really appreciate that. It is lovely to hear. I was just talking to a woman from the last graduation who said that her daughter, single mum in her 40s, has had an amazing time at Salford, and she's now going to go on and teach in this area. And I just know that she will put back into that job everything that she's got out of her tuition here. So it's really good to hear stories like that, and I hope that you will maybe look at it in that way in the years to come. I find today really moving. You know, I look around, see all of your faces, and I think of all of the futures that you'll have ahead of you. And of course, it makes me think about, I mean, I've been in broadcast journalism for 40 years. That's 40, which is, I mean, it's astonishing, really. I mean, I am obviously incredibly old, but no one really has careers in broadcast journalism that stretch back that far, because, you know, it was very rare to get into television at the age that I got into it. I think I was 23 when I got my first job in television, and that was because I'd already worked in newspapers and radio before that, straight from school. So I didn't have the advantage that you've got of the tuition of actual broadcast journalism. I just had to learn it by the seat of my pants. And that meant that I shared some of my most embarrassing moments with quite a lot of people. But I've been thinking, what would I say to my younger self if I'd been sitting where you are? I think I would probably say, try to imagine what the world will be like in 40 years' time. And let's face it, none of us can do that, can we? We have absolutely no idea what lies ahead. So I would say, try to learn something new every day of your life. Because when I started out as a journalist, think about this, there wasn't a single computer in our newsroom. I mean, it's incredible to think that, when you think how much we rely on them now. There were no mobile phones. You know, I bet you've all got a mobile phone with you today. There weren't any. We had to rely on going to a phone box to phone the news desk and say, I've got a great scoop. I'm heading back to the newsroom with a great scoop. And if you didn't have change for the phone box, or it was out of order, or someone had vandalized it, you don't even see phone boxes anymore. We relied on them so heavily. And of course, there was no internet. I mean, that's extraordinary in itself. We had to rely on chaotic filing systems, the local library, and archives that were kept haphazardly by local authorities. We had to phone up real people and speak to them face to face. Now, I have to say, I would still recommend that, because your best stories, your best moments in life will come from that interaction face to face. People can spin any line online, but if you look at them, I think you generally know whether or not people are telling you the truth. See, back when I started, we couldn't just Google someone or check them out on social media. So I think that was a great lesson to learn. Speak to people face to face, coax information out of people, be kind to them, be on their side, because quite often they will come back to you with the best stories that you'll ever cover. So from the age of 12, I'd always wanted to work in newspapers. That was always my ambition, so that's where I started. But then suddenly, it became pretty obvious that no one was getting their main news from newspapers anymore. I mean, I think even now, you know, we might, if we have time, sometimes it's wonderful to read features at length still in a newspaper. But I bet most of you here don't read newspapers anymore. I think that's quite sad myself. And, you know, if you have local newspapers, if they die out and that local news dies out, that's a really sad day for our democracy and for journalism. But of course, this was an era I'm talking about where it was all about radio and television. But of course, the internet and social media are taking over now. They're the ones with all the influence. But think, in 40 years' time, something else will be happening. So you really need to keep up with all those changes and learn whatever you can along the way and keep learning. That's not a popular message today, because you probably think, do you know what? I've learned as much as I want to learn, because you've got your degrees and I know it's been hard work. But please, just think about it. If you learn something new for every day for the rest of your lives, imagine how knowledgeable you're going to be by the time you're my age. I was so painfully shy in my first newsroom that they used to call me Bambi. So the idea of working in television as a presenter was terrifying. But you know what? You can do it. You can get over those nerves. And after a shaky start, pretty shaky, I did get used to it. So don't be afraid of those nerves. It's that fear of trying something new and getting out of your comfort zone that will keep you on your toes. Another thing is that I think we often look at other people and think, well, they've had it easy. And it's tempting to think that because they've had it easier than you use that as an excuse to coast and take it easy. But we can always stretch ourselves a bit further, and then a bit further again. you know you can all stretch yourselves a bit further. And that's what will make life joyous and interesting, and it will keep you focused on the future. You see, look at the person who always takes the easy option, or the careless colleague who makes stupid mistakes. Do you want to be known as that person in the future? I would advise you to make sure your colleagues know that you're the one who'll always go that extra mile. They can always rely on you. Make sure you're the person that they want in their corner and on their team. Now, I know reliability is not the most exciting word, but you know what? You can be the most creative person in this room, but if you're not in this room, and if you don't turn up, no one is ever going to know how creative you were. So you need to show up, be in the room, and then pass your idea on. Because you have so much to teach the world, and you have so much to teach the workplaces that you're going to end up in. So be prepared to speak up. Have the courage to do that. Sometimes it is a lone voice that speaks up for justice, for example. You'll have these challenges going forward. Sometimes over the Hillsborough disaster that killed 97 football fans, there were times when that lone voice in the newsroom was mine. And thank goodness for their families, we never did give up, holding the authorities to account. Resilience is another one. We hear a lot about it. It's not a great word. Doesn't really mean an awful lot until you have your own challenges to deal with. Resilience is really important going forward. There will be times when you have to leave your troubles at the door and get on with the job, and it will be tough. When I was 14, my mum was diagnosed with cancer. When I was 24, she died. I was already presenting for television when she died. And my dad died not very long afterwards. So you can imagine the impact that that had. And I was having to face a television camera, and people are very critical when you work in television. Of course they are, it's fair enough. They invite you into their homes, and everyone has a view on whether or not you're a good newsreader or not. But I can tell you, our viewers would never have known the heartbreak that was going on inside. Because in my view, the news shouldn't be about the newsreader. And for those times going forward, those challenges, you will need a strong network of friends. So value and nurture the good ones. Try to have as diverse a friendship group as possible. People with lots of different experiences of life. Of course, we hope you've made many of those friends in your time with us at Salford, and we hope that those are friendships that you will keep going in the years ahead. You'll all get to your destinations in your own time and in your own way. The only person you should really be in competition with, I believe, is yourself, because you know what you can achieve, and you know when you can achieve more. So I hope you'll get there without too many difficult challenges. And do you know what? As a painfully shy teenager who had to face some tough times along the way, that young reporter that they used to call Bambi didn't do too badly. So while we're here today to celebrate your successes and achievements, the time that you've been studying with us at the university has also been a period of achievements here. So the individuals that you see beside me on this stage represent just a few of the 2,500 members of staff working on our overall priority as a university, which is to enrich people's lives. That's what it's all about. So 2 years ago, Into University, which is a partnership project that created a new learning centre for students from the ages of 7 to 18 here in Salford, opened its doors to almost 1,000 students, providing them with structured academic support and invaluable resources. Now, those range from tailored curriculum workshops for primary students to future readiness projects for secondary. Our programs have inspired a love for learning, and they've equipped students with those essential skills that they're going to need for success. And from opening to now, 66% of these students have progressed into higher education. That is compared to a local average of 20%. That is hugely significant. And as someone who wants to put something back into this part of the world, that means a huge amount to me. Through this sort of work, the students gain in confidence. We can see that all around us, and develop an understanding of the options available so that they can realize their full potential. In September last year, we were awarded a silver rating in the Teaching Excellence Framework. Now that confirms that we deliver high quality teaching, learning, and outcomes for students. We consistently exceed rigorous national quality requirements for higher education in the UK. Our work is also having an impact and enriching lives around the world. Academics from Salford are helping to support students in war-torn Ukraine, for example. They've helped create virtual field trips because, as you can imagine, across the country, that ongoing war there has made field work impossible. Our commitment as a university to finding ways to tackle climate change is really important to us as well. It is unwavering. We're producing world-first research in our unique facility that's designed to help create the energy-efficient homes of the future. At our Energy House, we research and test new ways of powering, heating, and insulating homes, making them more efficient and helping to meet new standards. It is, of course, all about what we achieve together as a university community. I hope that you are proud of your university and feel a real sense of belonging as you move from being a student to being a graduate. How good does that sound? Graduating is a fantastic achievement. You should be so pleased with yourselves. I know that you've worked incredibly hard to get here. And while today is all about you, I would like to invite you to express your thanks. This is really important. Never forget to say thank you in life. I'd like you to express your thanks to your family, your friends, and your supporters who've been crucial in helping you get to this stage. That is support that deserves your recognition. So graduates, please could I ask you to stand? Now, if we'd like to raise the roof for all those people here and elsewhere who have helped, inspired, and encouraged you throughout your journey, please, could we have a big round of applause and a cheer? Thank you. Thanks. If you'd like to take your seats again, I just think that's such a lovely moment, especially for your supportive family and friends here today. I think it does mean a lot when you've been through it all with them and you know how hard they've had to work to get here today. Thank you for that. Now, obviously, I know there are some nerves about coming up onto this stage. Please don't be nervous and enjoy your moment. Take your time when you come across the stage to get your degree. You've earned your moment in the limelight. And I know you are nervous because I've seen some of your shoes. But if you fall, I will catch you. And you'll be absolutely fine. And we had some brilliant ones in the last ceremony where people take a bow out here or they do a bit of a dance. We love all that. So please feel free to do that if you feel so inclined. If you don't, that's also fine not to do it. So today, this part of your Salford journey comes to an end. But a new one begins as you become part of our family of alumni, because you join a community of 200,000 Salford graduates all around the world, all doing really exciting things. So please keep in touch with us. Let us know what you're doing, because we'd love to hear from you and to continue to celebrate your success. And finally, on a personal note, I would like to invite you to reflect now on your wide-ranging abilities and your social obligations as ambassadors and graduates of the University of Salford. I'd urge you to work for the benefit of others. Be a catalyst for positive change in whatever community you decide to live or work in. Seize the opportunities that life gives you. And please cherish the memories of your time with us at Salford. Go out there and be the best that you can be. So I'm just going to end by saying this to each and every one of you. Be bold in your aspirations. Think big, because the future is yours to make now. It's over to you. Congratulations, class of 2024. Oh, you're so wonderful. Well, I was talking then about the 200,000 alumni that you join, and this year we're hearing from a variety of former students who are doing wonderful things, and today is no exception. So I'm going to introduce you next to our alumni speaker for this ceremony, Rhys Blanchard. Now, some of you will know Rhys already. During his time at Salford, he completed a bachelor's degree in broadcast journalism, followed by a master's degree in media psychology. Rhys is now a manager at the world-renowned PR firm Weber Shandwick. He helps to lead high-impact public relations campaigns and drive strategic communication initiatives. Over to you, Rhys.
Gosh, there's a lot of you, isn't there? Hello. How are we all doing? And is it coming home? Wonderful. I got it in there. I was dared to do that earlier. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. What an absolute honour it is to be here today. As Lucy said, my name is Rhys Blanchard. And in 2020, I graduated from the School of Arts, Media and Creative Technology. I remember the day clearly, being sat where you are. It was a wonderful moment, and I hope that is the same experience for you today. Gets a little bit hazy when we started celebrating, but I've been told that I can't talk about that. So I will talk about the day that I first moved to Salford, the day I first arrived. Having packed up a rented car in Southampton after my mum and dad had made the decision that my life wasn't going to fit into the back of their Fiat 500, we arrived at my outrageously purple room in Peel Park Quarter. Major Premier Inn vibes, I think. Hi, Mum, by the way. I spotted you. Once the rents had headed home and my tears had dried up, I'd met my flatmates and soon-to-be adopted Salfordian siblings, Callum, Natalie and Lydia. That evening, we very quickly, and I would say pretty resourcefully, discovered that the SU bar sold double pints and halloumi fries. Again, I can't talk about it too much. But it was this day that I started my 4 transformative years that set me up for life in more ways than I could have ever imagined. Largely due to the standard dose of naivety that you'd expect from an 18-year-old lad moving from sleepy town on the south coast to Manchester, but also because I was the first person in my extended family to have gone to university. My first year was probably reflective of many of us in this room. Overwhelming? Absolutely, but in the best possible way. For me, as an aspiring media professional, there was no doubt that some of the most amateurish camera work and questionable local journalism known to the modern world was happening, all while grappling with and butchering the Harvard referencing system, which we're all subject to here at Salford. Sorry. It was here that I experienced a sharp step upwards and began to understand what it would be like working in the arts, media and creative industries. Years 2 and 3, there was more composure to my journalism, but it was just as much fun in all aspects of my life at Salford. The equal amounts of telling off from Caroline and Michelle, who are sat here as well. Again, sorry. It's worth mentioning that my experience at Salford was 360, as alongside my studies, I secured a role in the university's social media team and later press office, documenting what life at Salford was like and taking my acquired skills from the journalism course into a professional environment. Don't ask, but I also spent a fair bit of time dressed as Maxwell the Lion, who's our mascot, and is very well possibly floating around today, so please do say hello. But if I wasn't doing that, then I was building my little black book of industry contacts. This is something you should continue leaning on Salford for. I still do, and I'm regularly connected with fascinating leading professionals who have so much to share. My journey with Salford hasn't stopped either. Last year, I led the development of a partnership between Salford and Webber Shandwick Manchester, with the aim of connecting with and recruiting the best fresh talent in the region. This continues to prove that the skills taught here are the finest, as are the aspiring professionals who come through our door from this very university. I said my years at Salford were transformative, and there's no way that I could pinpoint one standout moment, although I do have to give Parklife a shout out because that was always pretty mint. But I will say that the training and learning in the School of Arts, Media and Creative Technology teaches you a lesson in resilience, as Lucy was saying earlier. And I feel this even to this very day. We're told that the arts, creative industries and even media are unpredicted and high risk. We're constantly having to defend our right on the business stage, which I know to be deeply unfair and unjust in many cases. In Manchester alone, we're seeing a fast-growing £5 billion digital ecosystem with more than 10,000 businesses. In Salford, we can expect the £1 billion phase 2 of Media City. And industry heavyweights in this space like WPP have invested in their first offices and spaces outside of London for the first time. This is all happening in the Northwest, and we're seeing this across the UK as well. In short, the qualifications you're being awarded today hold profound value in prosperous spaces. I say this with the reassuring caveat that there is mobility in this sector and your skills. I had no idea, even when I was sat in this hall, that I'd be working for Webber Shandwick, one of the world's leading PR firms, advising businesses on their media strategies and putting out the occasional fire. But I was always confident that my time at Salford was going to take me places, as it's a university that prides itself on equipping students with industry-ready skills while allowing them to stay passionate and true to what makes them tick. I believe you should have this confidence too. My next step from here was a master's at the School of Health and Society, where my qualification in media psychology allowed me to refine my skills and understand why, as humans, we have such a deep connection with arts and media. But the next step for you, well, that is the exciting question. A huge congratulations from me, class of 2024. I know the journey to here won't have always been plain sailing, and some of you might still be questioning what your next step should be. But I have no doubt that it will be one of you in this room that will be offering me a job in the future. For now, graduation, it's time to celebrate your achievements, prepare for a future of opportunities, and delete any questionable Instagram posts. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rhys. Absolute pleasure to see you here today. So, graduands and distinguished guests, we will now commence the presentation of the Postgraduate Awards from the Salford School of Arts, Media and Creative Technology. Each student will be presented for their award individually. I would like to invite Dr. Richard Jones, Director of Journalism, Politics and Contemporary History, to present the awards.
Chancellor, on behalf of the Salford School of Arts, Media and Creative Technology, I present for the award of Master of Arts, Film Production, Israel Afalabi. Master of Arts, Intelligence and Security Studies, Anthony Paul Brown. Blessing Chisholm Ebiogu. Carl Andrew Findlay. Joanne Louisa Spierenberg. Kay Marie Wheelhouse. Thomas Adam Zook. Master of Arts, Production Management for TV, Film and Digital Media, Jerin Jacob. Upeksha Mahalingappa. Master of Arts, Public Relations and Digital Communications, Adebisi Adianju. Master of Arts, Socially Engaged Photography, Cyril Matthew. Ajith Vasudevan. Isabel Rose Walker. Master of Arts, Terrorism and Security, Paul Andrew. Sean Carson. Catherine Daisy Lucas. Isabel Lily Upton. Master of Science, Games and Extended Reality, Prathamesh Jadav. Postgraduate Certificate, Intelligence and Security Studies, Eliza Adarabigbe.
Thank you. We will now commence the presentation of the Undergraduate Awards from the Salford School of Arts, Media and Creative Technology. Each student will be presented individually for their award. I would like to invite Deborah Princelar, Director of Film and Broadcast Media, to present the awards.
Chancellor, on behalf of the Salford School of Arts, Media and Creative Technology, I present the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Animation, Michael Richard James Adlam. Mohammed Ahmed. Lewis Duffield. Daniel Hughes. Leslie Cara. Georgios Mavromatis. Amelia Okora Brown. Alexandros Ioannis Savidis. Popular. Max Simpson. Sarah Taylor. Bethany Jane Ward Honeywell. Miles White. Lucia Elizabeth Wood. A Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Contemporary History and Politics, Patrick Wing Kai Chu. Harvey Ben Hawksby. Imogen Mary McClelland Wellborn. Aisha Turner. Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Contemporary Military and International History, Matthew Barber. Gareth Cubbin. Oscar Davis. Harry Fellows. Stefan Peter Hales Uchevchik. Callum Kerrigan. James Rocks. Tom Trafford. Joseph Watts. Joseph Williams. Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Digital Media and Extended Reality, Frankie Collins. Arthur Griffiths. Aisha Hakim. Lewis Eisenbard Joseph Fools. Try and beat that, Isabel John. Saffron Kennedy. Jack McManus. Rhiannon Norris. Louis Parkinson Richards. Janvi Abhadye. Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Digital Video Production and Marketing, Abigail Best. Samuel Bolton. Megan Cottam. Elizabeth Foster. Bobby Griffiths. Joshua Grigson. Joseph Hardy. Matthew William Hendry. George Hill. Cameron Hinchcliffe. Ida Jenkins. Catherine Jenkinson. Libby Percival. Jack Stevenson. Get your clap hands ready for this lot. Bachelor of Arts with Honours Film Production. Zoe Abbott. Christina Aduroja. Nadeem Ahmad. Congratulations. Sam Aldous. Muhammad Rayhan Ali. Megan Leanne Allen. Lauren Alsop. Jamie Aspinall. Ezra Bapu Hastings. Samuel Joshua Beckinsale. Grace Bell. Daniel Bennett Young. Daniel Bestwick. Theo Max Borzoni. William Oliver Bradshaw. Tom Bridger. Michael Brooks Sheely. Jack Burton. Thomas Carrick. Connor Casey. James Cass. Jacob Cato. Caleb Chiquitis. Charles Clayton. Emily Connolly Teasdale. Thomas Cowan. Adam Cowell. Thomas Crosby. Katie Caneen. Jeremy Edward Cunnington Hawkes. Matthew Darlington. George Davis. Ella Day. Aaron Dern. Amelia Dennett. Luke Denny Welsh. Owen Devereaux. Lola Dobel-Aubert. Matthew Donaldson. Lucy Jade Easterby. Maria de Los Angeles Espinosa del Pozo. Zoe Evans. Eve Farah. Patrick Fawcett. Alla Frost. Benjamin Furs. Connor Gallagher. Joe Gardner. Joseph Stephen Gorgon. Grace Gilbert. Thomas Gilder. Emilia Grace Gilot. Jake Greaves. Faye Greenwood. Claire Leanne Hargreaves. William Harris. Dylan Harrison Moden. Luke Hearn Brown. Daniel Manuel Herans Carr. Katie Hill. Harry Hindle. Liam Raymond Hobday. Daniel Ben Holding. We're only at H, guys. Joshua Hover. Joshua Hunter. Thomas Hutchinson. Cameron Jackson. Harry Jenkins. Ella Johnston. Callum Jones. Jack Jones. Otis Ramon Jowett. Ariana Karkad. Siher Nuwaz Khan Naz. Glody Kuba Kuba. Gracie Louise Lambert. Natasha Land. Thomas Letson. Aaron Lee. Colin Owen Lewin. Sam Liddell. Caitlin Lomas. Emily Rose Luntson. Dominic Lloyd Maloney. Ella Jean Mansbridge. Liam Marriott. Filming to the end. Joshua Martin. Morgan Lewis McCreevy. Isabel Mary Merrifield. Diana Maria Mihailescu. Adam Kenneth Mitchell. Liz Morrill. Hordad Nasapur. Tom Nicol. Guy Richard Henry Noblet. Madeline Osborne. Henry Parenti. Alex Parfit. Daniel Parry. Harriet Elizabeth Parvin. Neve Pedersen. Jake Mark Perret. Shaka Phillips. Hubert Petrovitz. Harry Plowman. Joseph Potter. Oliver Purcell. Katja Renard. Jay Reynolds. Chloe Jade Rippingale. Charlie Robinson. Darcy Robinson. Chloe Ross. Finn Hugh James Rowan. Katie Scobie. Libby Scott. William Seddon. Jade Marie Shafto. Zain Shakiri. Akash Shangavi. Charlie Sheridan. Joshua Slack. Maciej Sonsky. Kai Spate. Alexander Spencer. Edward Spencer. Ellie Elizabeth Spooner. Thomas John Swales. Daniel Todd. Valentina Valentinova. James Wagner. Max James Walker. Tom Walters. Jeremy Munini Wambugu. Sebastian Ward. Callum Watson. Eliza Rose Wheatley. Reese Whelan. Anthony Charles Wilson. Chloe Wood. No Chloe Wood. Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Film Production with Study Abroad, Jeffrey Wilson. Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Film Studies, Samuel Bottomley. Mackenzie Brewer. Samuel Clark. Lawrence Fitzsimmons. Alex Garside. Ollie Gemmell. Matthew Haig. Olivia Angel Kelly. Robin McCormick. Evie Louise Nicholson. Benjamin Vincent. Sophie Walters. Joseph Young. A Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Intelligence Analysis, Neil Brown. Eamon Khan. Lucas Valley. Lucy Wright. Bachelor of Arts with Honours, International Politics and Security, Rudolph Belog. Georgiana Benbow. Joseph Temple. Bachelor of Arts with Honours, International Relations and Politics, Mohammed Zeshan Araf. Kate May Bassano. Ethan Brown. Jack Eric McNulty. Alexander William Parker. Fern Pierce. Rabia Tariq. A Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Journalism with Public Relations, Madeline Andrews. Evie Carrisforth. Libby Cummins. Catherine Maria Adele Earl. Kai Giat Maxungo. Emily Harrison. Bethany Jane Jarvis Green. Sam Roche. Eve Thomas. Harry William John Winters. Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Journalism Broadcast, Holly Alyssa Angus. Ebony Bailey. Jolie Jade Billington. Jessica Aicha Kandi. Adam John Clark. Harry Cohen. Heather Mary Caroline Davey. Callum Ewing. Eleanor Haynes. Katie Marie Lourdes Heath. Lewis Henderson. Brooke Hennigan. Courtney Holder. Amna Hussein. Leonie Husselby. George William Ike. Ellie Rose Johnston. Jonathan Francis Kenwright. Sophie Marie Lyon. Phoebe Bridget Alexandra Mahue. John O'Hara. Ewan O'Leary. Cara Ostick. Erin Ann Parker. Kiera Proctor. Thomas Stanley Rust Pauline. Afifa Raza. Holly Roberts. Beth Robinson. Poppy Smart. Kate Emma Snoddy. Ruby Tuesday Turner Hook. Ian Sean Twisiga. Hannah Alexandra Vaness. Beth Whiteman. Mia Williamson. Ewan James Wishart. James Young. Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Journalism Multimedia, Zainab Anwar. Hannah Louise Casey Grundy. Cameron Cowburn. Race Isat. Benjamin Fieldhouse. Liam Alfie Gagan. Lewis James Gray. Maisie Hall. Sophie Jade Hall. Oliver Hedges. James McMinn. Scarlett Mullender. Elfie John Mulligan. Sadie Newson. Megan Nuttall. Natalia Petru. Manuela Sanchez Lopez. Harry Matthew Warner. Samuel Yard. Bachelor of Arts with Honours Photography, Jamie Ackrig. Adam Barker. Adam Bowers. Morgan Curtis Oli Kane. Maya Louise Corthley. Christina Kalkia. Lowry Tia Crook. Aliana Philly. Neve Julia Footit. Millie Mae Good. Cara Elizabeth Hawkins. Georgina Hughes. Dylan Jacob. Callum William James Jasper Smith. Elfie Jennings. Shedi Mariucci. Cameron O'Hagan. Aisha Pryor. Charlotte Rayner. Alex Robinson. Ikra Khadija Syed. Jude William Lewis Sims. Ethan Southwood. Amelia May Sugars. Caitlin Teagan Taylor. Molly Jessica Thompson. Natasha Thorns. Naomi Tomlinson. Joshua Alexander Augustus Weirden. Caleb Paul White. Olivia Williamson. Now, Bachelor of Arts with Honours Politics, James Clark. Otong Ada Omot. Tom Watson Purvis. Tamsin Richardson. Arlo Toms. Asa Jake Wasp. Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Post-Production and VFX, Hannah Barker Chalmers. Finn Butler. David James Byford. Oliver Council. Isabel Ford. Sean Gillam. Finley Griggs. Jolie Harris. Jack Lawrence Pennington. Joshua Andrew Swift. Oliver Charles Taylor Holmes. Erin J. Vott. Samuel Wakefield. Joseph Wood. A Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Television and Radio Production, Divine Amafuli. Molly Atkin. Maximilian Balbach McCrindle. Bryony Anna Belshaw. Lee Jane Blackmore. Kirsty Lauren Bonner. Gabriel Booth. Gabriel Brindle. Georgia May Burnham. Casey May Kalo. Evelyn May Capstick. Emily Carr. Isla Louisa Casali. Bethany Chalk. Gabriel Ann Kemal Cluitt. Abigail Collins. James Coogan. Samuel Cooper. Lauren Cricket. James Crompton. Nicholas Cunliffe. Daniel Cunningham. Adele Davis. Molly Davis. Maximilian Day. Tegan Easton. Harriet Beth Franks. Francesca Golder. Joseph Paul Grant. Akila Hewitt. Hannah Hunter. Grace Ann Emma Hutchinson. Samuel Yankowski. Liam Johnson. Raymond Farouk Ali Khan. Congratulations. Samuel Oliver Klein. Joseph Lander. Daniel Law. Jonathan Lucas. Francis Arthur Masube. Matthew McGettrick. Archie Edward McWatt. Matthew Mitchell. Flora Cicely Rose Morseman. Tam Musin. Emily Jane Murphy. Molly Rose Euler. Callum Paxton. Dylan Pengali. Megan Penny. Eve Marie Perry. Scott Thomas James Reffel. Jack Ralph. Lovnish Ramdawan. Alexandra Ramsey. Zena Rhiannon Hampson. Benjamin Rhodes. Ethan Robinson Buell. Adam Walter Russell. Robert Scott Fleming. Chloe Sharp. Isabel Sheldrick. Matthew Schoen. Lauren Smith. Alana May Spencer. Oliver Stanton. Ben Tabner. Eva Turner. Jake Malcolm Wainwright. Solomon Wallace. Taylor Andrew Walsh. Samuel James Wistance. Ben Wright. Bachelor of Science with Honours, Games Design and Production, Muhammad Musawat Adil Ali. Luke Artingstall. Jack Barker. Ricardo Bell. Congratulations. Nathan Blanchard. Logan Broomhead Thompson. Rafael Caldera. Samuel Dagg. Orn Muhammad Dar. Jake Gothridge. Lewis Larkin. Robert Matthews. Cade Xavier Miller. Lucas Joel Morley. Marianne Claudiu Nikifor. Tej Ocean Neo Patel. Jacob Pooley. Brian Slack. Cara Helen Slattery. Thomas Thornley. Leighton Welby. Kate Wigglesworth. Penny Wong. and Bachelor of Science with Honours, Media Technology, Rowan Caddick. Billy Evans. David Grice. Oliver James Hawkins. Ali Kwan. Samuel Monaghan. Rhys Wright. Bachelor of Arts, Ordinary, Post-Production and VFX, Haroon Afzal. Certificate of Higher Education, Animation, last but not least, Amy Harrison.
Guests, that concludes the presentation of the awards. Before I invite the Chancellor to close the ceremony, I would like to inform you that we will be taking a photograph of all our new graduates outside the theatre on the piazza. Therefore, can I ask guests to please remain seated until all of our graduates have left the theatre. Graduates, if you could follow the academic procession once it leaves the stage, straight out of the theatre to the piazza for the photograph. Thank you very much. And I would now like to invite the Chancellor, Lucy Meacock, to close the ceremony.
Well, how wonderful were you? Just finally, on behalf of the University of Salford, thank you. I'd just like to say my sincere congratulations to each and every one of our graduates. And I'd like to ask you all of the graduates, please, to be upstanding as new University of Salford graduates. And I'd like a moment of applause when you stand. If you'd like to stand. Heavens. And put on your hat! Put on your hat! Okay, you just drowned me out then, but if you didn't get the idea, put on your hats. It's just such a wonderful sight. Well done, class of 2024. Great work by all of you. We are so proud of you all today, and I'm sure we always will be. Now, all that remains for me to do is to declare this congregation closed. So may I invite you all to stand, please. Thank you.